Hello, must do 0063 here for part 7, the final part of Make a Good Mega Man Level Contest number 1. Last time we took out Wily 1 to 5, so each of the 5 stages of Wily made by one of the judges. So yeah, I really like the levels. There's, say, the third one perhaps not quite as much as the other ones. But yeah, I think the controversy around the quality or lack there, supposed thereof, of the 4 stages is unfounded, frankly. Yeah, I thought they were pretty decent levels, and yeah, I like them. Anyway, moving on to Wily 6. And this is a reasonably kind of a short level, I guess, in itself. But we'll get to see the gimmick or the concept behind this stage in just a moment. Some Yoku blocks here. Just be careful with that final jump. That can be a bit tight. Whoa! The ring almost caught me out. And in case you need him, in fact, I do need him, don't I? So yeah, try using my weapon selector thing as well this time. Oops, forgot Rush Jet was now I don't use it, but oh well. Anyway, collect the energy tank that I used for the airman fight and the weapon tank, and then we drop down into what's classic Mega Man staple, a rush. But yeah, they weren't really able to do a boss rush per se with this one, given the amount of bosses that were actually submitted as part of the level. So instead, we've got a level rush. So that means we need to take out 20, because there were 20 contest entries, levels in this hub area. So each one is based off of a theme. Apologies, I'm not probably going to remember all the names of all the different the stages. Some of them definitely. This is Neon Gravity. So we start out with the third placed entry. I love those bolts, by the way. They don't know what to do. They don't spawn in on the. Okay, that's the right place. They sort of spawn in and then get stuck by the warp of this black hole, and they just yeah, fall away. It's really nicely done. Oh, this sodding enemy here. If I can take it out quickly, I would like to, because that thing is a pain in the neck. But yeah, they're all shortened versions ultimately of of the levels, or well, most of them anyway. Some of them are like almost identical. Again, we'll see, because not much extra they can really do with them. But yeah, we'll see that. And I'm just going to make life a little bit easier for myself here, rather than use the rather than have to use the. That's going to hit me, isn't it? Yep, wonderful. And again, before I can even take out the energy element. Are you kidding me? Wow. Yeah, that was clumsy as all hell. Basically, there's a sort of a glitched energy element at the end of each stage, and you have to destroy it, and that's what ends the level. But good grief! Oh wow, am I actually going to have any semblance of decent gameplay going on whatsoever in this part? I certainly hope so, because this start has been atrocious. I'll take you out just in case you drop some health. So I could then get with wow, magic card, and yeah, this is absolutely appalling. I'm getting hit left, right, and centre to literally everything, including that. Are you joking me? Wow! I don't even know what to say at this point in time. That is just absolutely awful gameplay from my point of view. If I can, no, I can't. I can get hit to that as well. Can I get out of here? Am I going to die? I'd like to at least get out of. No, I'm probably going to die. This is awful. I'm doing terrible commentary on the level. I can't remember exactly which one it is anyway, so apologies for that. But I think it's one of sort of the earlier ones. I think it was a fairly decent one of the fairly decent ones. But yeah, apologies. I can't remember the name of it. I can't remember exactly where it placed. It certainly seems familiar, but yeah, apologies. I can't actually place that. Right. After that panic, can we actually have a half decent level? I forget exactly which one this is as well. Apologies. But, yeah, this one just used the. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to be a wall. It looked like it could potentially be a wall. I'm sort of wondering. I'm slightly disappointed actually that the telly things here are not auto spawn, because I could certainly do with some health. Good grief. Although that looks like an auto spawner. Okay, assuming this doesn't take too long, I might try and get some health back here, because admittedly you do get some health back at the beginning of each... That was weird. Once you clear a level, in the sense that there's a couple of small energy pickups for you. I'll bounce a bit higher on this as well, so you don't have to keep hearing the sound, the sort of the obnoxious sound of the bouncing on the spring quite so often. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. I think that might get me full anyway, but if it doesn't, then that one seems to be... I'm going to take more damage now, because, yeah, that one I swear seems to be... Good grief! Like never-ending, like never-ending spawning. Are you joking me? With this gameplay? This is, like, seriously, the worst... I'm hoping the worst you'll ever see me in a Mega Man game, because I can't do a thing at the moment. That thing has taken, like, way too many friggin' hits to take out as well. Yeah, that just seems to be permanently there. Right, let's reset and just take it out with a charge shot. Good grief, I am playing appallingly. I got all my health back, but oh, good grief. Okay, and we're still doing absolutely awfully. I shouldn't be getting annoyed, but I mean, good grief! I could do what I couldn't do worse if I tried. I am literally getting hit to every sodding single enemy. This one reminds me of the enemy spam one. I think it was like the first entry of in tier 2. So I think it was yeah, again I forget the level. It was sort of the jungle one, or the second half of it, the one that just spammed a whole bunch of enemies. It was a bit ridiculous. So yeah. Anyway, wow, I'm just absolutely appalled by the standard gameplay in this video. That's pretty awful. Anyway, here we are in Glassman stage, the winning entry. Okay, shoot one away, shoot another one away, and then hopefully just get some hits in afterwards. Right, seriously, the way this is going, I am ridiculously nervous any point in time now where I see bottomless pits or anything or anything like that, because I'm like, well, I'm playing so poorly. Chances are I'll just fall into a pit. Good grief. Yeah, I'm back to the left there. I thought the hitbox of the crystal might screw me over there a bit. Okay, an actual competent level from my point of view, from my playing. Good grief. Anyway, 5 down, 15 to go, so we're only a quarter of the way through. I think this is a fairly decent level from memory. I can't remember if this is one that's called Thundercliff Plant or something like that, but yeah. Still haven't got rid of my getting hit on everything at the moment, though. Oh, that's solid. Okay. I was not expecting that to be solid. Yeah, I'm just so flustered at the moment. I can do my commentary is awful. But good grief. The gameplay improves later. Gee whiz. Well, not later, now. Hopefully it improves now. I need to take out that other one as well, otherwise I'm giving myself a very tricky jump that I don't fancy doing. Pickies! Those platforms fall, if memory serves, so I need to hurry up. So I'm going to take out that enemy initially. Okay, they don't fall drastically. Okay, that's fine. I can live with that. Entry number 7. And this one then is the Wily Fortress, or Wily Archive Machine boss fight level. With really glitchy Megasaurus platforms. Thank you. Yeah, slightly nervous about this one, I must admit, because I do believe, yeah, there's sort of a spikes and pits coming up. So, yeah, nervous what could happen here. Particularly with those platforms which could glitch me anywhere. Whoa. A very short level, that one. And, yeah, that worked out actually okay. I've gone one too far. Right, number 8. Snowman. That's about the best thing I've done all video. Dodge that. Dodge that snaky shot from behind. So yeah, this was is it the second or third entry into tier 2? I think I want to say it's the second one, so probably placed 15th, I probably want to say. A fairly harmless level. I think, at least, anyway. Yeah. And so some of the later parts of the level you can just sort of cut out by not having to go over and collect the energy element. It's yeah, shoot to destroy in order to progress. Oh, Mega Man World. Second place. I mean, there's nothing any of these stages do that's new. They're all just sort of retellings, if you will. I assume probably all the judges contributed to this sort of area in terms of redesigning some of these levels. I don't know whether they all took a chunk, or maybe they all took a tier to themselves or something. Maybe each judge took a tier or something for a level to recreate. I'm not 100% on that, but yeah. I mean, there's nothing. We're not going to see anything earth-shatteringly new. Let's put it that way. It's just sort of a redesign, if you will, of each of the contest entries. So, which for the most part are pretty fun and pretty short. Okay, ooh, Sunset Siege, if I'm not mistaken, with the bright orange background. Tier 3, I want to say, or at the worst, the top level of Tier 2. That seemed to have way too much health. Oh dear. Okay, that was nowhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be. That's going to get me, isn't it? Yep, that's kind of nonsense. Oh, we're not done with this section. Okay, we are now. No, I want to go right later, because the 11th entry is on the right-hand side. Maze of Death. And a lot shorter, mercifully. I actually spent ages the first time I was doing this, because, like, well, what breaks apart this first barrier? I mean, I'm obviously just shooting and anything like that, but if you try weapons, you'll find that actually nothing breaks apart. So I'm not going to waste time and do all that, but you actually find nothing breaks apart that barrier. But ultimately, just pay attention to the shots. You don't need to break apart that barrier. The Mega Buster shots actually go through it. But yeah, if that isn't hard to appreciate. First off. Just think, oh, okay, how do I break the barrier? Nothing's working. Absolutely, literally nothing is working. What is going on? But, no. Yeah, I knew that. I knew one of those was going to get me. Yeah, it's fine. You don't need to break apart the... okay, they're all going to the left here. You don't need to break apart that first barrier. So, yeah, we only have two to deal with. So, first off, I'm going to go the lower route. I'm going to use magic cards to take that out. As you can probably guess from the sort of the yellow barricade up above, we're gonna go up above, and we're gonna use Shipman's Thunder Wall to break apart that one. Okay, nice. Haven't seen those before. Don't think. Maybe it does throw some new stuff in here that I wasn't aware of, or that I'd forgotten about. Where are you? There you are. Nice. And the barrier around the... let's whip out the metal blade and just take out these, hopefully, from below. Yeah, this could be annoying, actually. I'm thinking about getting them on the way back. Yeah, the other barrier is also one that Mega Man can just shoot through, so, yeah, no worries with the barrier, the square around the energy element, that's also... Or the pellets also go through that. So the only thing is just to be careful of is that don't jump too high and into the spikes. Number 12. Maybe this is Thundercliff Plant. Either way, I think it's one of the the better levels. I hate those enemies. They move really quick in this game as well. But in Gyro Man, which is probably the ones where they're almost at their worst in Mega Man 5, they move quickly, but then they slow down for quite a long period of time to give you a chance to hit them. Here, they just sort of seem to move again really, really quickly. Anyway, number 13, and this is 18th place level. If memory serves. yeah, again, some of them I do know, some of them I don't. So again, apologies for my sort of inconsistency there with knowing what the level names are called, and potentially where they placed as well. Some of them are much more aware of, but yeah, fine. I'll just take the hits then. Jesus. So yeah, some of them are sort of. I don't want to say same-ish because that's not the case, but yeah, we've got 20 levels to remember here, and I'm not so good at remembering exactly what they all are. This one was void space, so yeah, this one I think it's slightly shorter, and then of course do remember to actually shoot the energy element at the bottom of this one for this one, and not just land on it. And that was a nice one actually, nicely timed because it allowed me to refill my health back up to full. So nice. Oh, and hard to see land. Okay. So, yeah, take your time, don't get too gung-ho, and that one's fairly straightforward. Nice. I don't want to jinx it, but I seem to be doing a bit better than those early stages. Oh, goody. The quickening. And this is awkward as hell, that bit, or glitchy as hell. Yeah, this isn't so bad. It's only a couple of screens, although I do shoot that quickly before a force beam I think comes through the bottom there. But yeah, the quickening in this area not so bad. But funnily enough, now I've beat it. If I end up running into a load of trouble with the last 4 levels, that one's really nice to actually just collect a whole bunch of lives on. So if I died there, I'd be back in this area in the hub. Yeah, I could go back in and reset all my lives. So the fact that I've actually beat that means that, yeah, I don't have an easy way to refill my lives. So if you want a tip, that one, although okay, I suppose you don't know it's that one until you go into it, but I suppose once you're into it you could just die. Yeah, that is a good level to leave for last, because you can just pretty much continuously refill your life count. Anyway, Napalm Man and Caves for this one. So this was middle of tier 3, so would have been 10th place. No, 11th place. Sorry. Anyway, that leaves us with the final 3. Spiky Meltdown, I think. Judging from the aesthetics. Again, if I've got these wrong, my sincere apologies. So yeah, I seem to remember the sort of style of platform puzzle kind of thing in that level. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that one. Nice. Okay. Okay, that's a muck around with that. Let's go. 2 left. So as far as I can tell, City War and Citadel Basement. Citadel Basement, leaving City War for last, which is probably not a bad thing, because I love what they did. I love what the creators or what the judges did with City War in this stage rush level. But okay, I'm pleased we've left a really good one, or based on a level that was really good anyway, for second to last. So yeah, Citadel Basement, my second favourite in the contest. Really like that one. But yeah, City War for last. And I love what they did with this. Appreciated it was just glitchy as all hell, and it's pretty much just a void space level. So you just glitch through the floor, and yeah, that's the level. Well played, creators. Well played. And that's all 20. Yeah, I think I did improve as we went through there, but good grief, some of those early stages. They weren't all like bad, based on bad levels either, some of those early ones. But yeah, no, please say my gameplay improved, because yeah, wow, that was awful at the beginning. And just in case you need it, energy tanks, health, whatever. I don't think I need an energy tank. I think I was at 9, but yeah, let's collect it. Let's go back up to full. And here we are at the final boss of the game, or the main game at least, anyway. Wily, I know you're around there somewhere. I'm not stupid. You really are that stupid. What? The energy elements. Where did they go? You honestly believe that I would just leave a teleporter to my castle there? What did you do with the energy elements?
I'm absorbing them into my newest, greatest Wily machine. And now, Mega Man, time for you to meet your doom.
So I think if we counted them, there probably are 29 energy elements there, I guess. Because we'll get the 30th one B for clearing this level. And yeah, a Wily trophy. So, I may end up resorting to an energy tank for this boss. It's not too terribly difficult, but as I said, there is a glitch in one of the boss fights where if you die, it really messes with your game. So, yeah, we can see the variety of attacks he's got here. None of them are that tricky to avoid in this one, apart from maybe the one where he shoots a bomb at the ground like that when you're already jumping to avoid something. And maybe the rolling cutter can kind of catch you off guard as well. But the first phase is really not so bad. And the second one's not so bad either, if you sort of stay to the left-hand side of the screen. The one attack that I absolutely loathe that he's got in this fight is the magic card. He's basically using all the Robomaster weapons we've got. So now you can see... yeah, top spin, rolling, the Thunder Wall, Pharaoh Shots, Black Hole Bomb, Gemini Laser. But yeah, the one that's really freaking annoying. Wow, now doing a terrible job. Metal Blade as well. The one that is really freaking annoying is Magic Card. It comes so quickly at you. Wow, I'm not paying attention to the bloody force beams or whatever. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to use an energy tank. Not risking the glitch and having my game kind of stuffed up. So yeah, no, Magic Card in that fight is just awful. It comes out so quickly and it's very, very hard to avoid. For the final form, if it turns out I don't need this, I was going to say, it'll probably turn out I don't actually need the Blue Energy Tank now, but he spends a lot of time just sort of manically bouncing around the screen, firing some various projectiles at you. The final form's pretty straightforward, but yeah, I'm playing with an energy tank there because I don't want to risk any kind of mess up on the game. But it's still a three-phase fight, and I'm not that familiar with it, so yeah, you'll have to forgive me the use of an energy tank there.
This isn't over yet. You still have to face my greatest creation ever.
So yeah, we're not quite done. We do get a health refill. And a whole bunch of weapon increases, or weapon energy, if in case you need it, and indeed E-tanks. Go on then, why not? I use an energy tank, I'll collect another one. Good job on the fake out. Looked like it was going to be 0, but of course not. And as far as I'm aware, well, I was actually going to say that the hitbox for 0 didn't, yeah, 0. Let's call him. I think most people call him 0. But yeah, he can damage you. The pellet shots will damage you. But seriously, this is the entirety of the fight. In fact, it's probably better just to not use charge shots and just use single shots. Everything seems to do 1 damage to him. Special weapons don't seem to do any more, really. So yeah, and you can get sort of more hits in on him if you sort of don't have to wait for charging up your Mega Buster. So yeah, even charged Mega Buster shots seem to do only one damage. So I think probably the quickest and simplest way to do this fight is just to use regular Mega Buster. And there's our 30th energy element. Self-destruct sequence activated. Evacuate immediately. Wow, a self-destruct sequence in Wily's castle. Surprise. Wait, that robot wasn't supposed to be powerful. It was just supposed to waste my time until Wily escaped. Got to give credit when it's due. That's actually pretty smart. Whatever, I'm out of here. And that is Make a Good Mega Man level contest. I say there will be some post-game content coming up after these credits are rolled, but yeah, that will be post-commentary. But well, I'll get to that when I get to it. But yeah, this is such a ambitious kind of idea, if you will, to get obviously to have an actual contest to get people to submit levels to it. Whenever you're going to do something like this, admittedly, you're going to get differences in quality. You're going to get some levels that are absolute trash and or really, really not very good. But And I think some of the stages clearly in here are pretty bad to the point where they are very frustrating to get through. But admittedly, well, a lot of the tier 1 and some of the tier 2 ones as well. But once you start getting to, particularly tier 4 and tier 5, I think those levels are really good, and I think completely justify trying to do something like this. Yes, you're always going to get those levels that are pretty bad, but you're going to get some levels that are really, really good. And as I say, the winner, Glassman, Red Bloopy stage, I think would not be out of place at all in any classic Mega Man game. I think that level is that good. Yeah. Those were the credits. I will do a bit more mucking around in the lab just to show off new characters that have now appeared as well, given I'm playing a later version of the game. Yeah, no, a really ambitious project and a really good one, and I think worked out really well. And obviously it did because it got a sequel, and there's even going to be a Make a Good Mega Man level contest number 3. So yeah, which is in the pipeline at the moment. So yeah, looking forward to that whenever it comes out. And I should also just point out that, yeah, I mentioned before that it seemed weird that there were 2 letters over there, one where it mentioned the judges' names and then in a separate letter. Now it's only in one, so yeah, my the thing I thought probably should have happened actually has happened. And I will read this out again because it does give extra information that wasn't there before. So, signposts like the one you're reading will give you information about the the areas and levels you can visit. Because this game is the result of a contest, levels are grouped into tiers based on where they placed in the contest. The highest ranked levels can be found in Tier 5. 5 judges rated each level out of 100 points, accounting for fun factor, uniqueness, creativity, graphics and music. And each level's total score is the average of the judges' scores. Here's how to read the signposts that contain level information. Level placement, author, level name, score, total of the judges' scores, and any level awards given. So, yeah, in this version they've given the criteria. Well, obviously out of 100. I mean that was fairly obvious going through the contest anyway. But yeah, I don't believe it mentioned anything about the actual criteria on what they were judging on before, or the previous version. So yeah, that's added. And then envelopes like the one you're reading contain comments from the judges about each level. Level comments and also level scores, the numbers in parentheses or brackets, on the level signposts are always presented in this order: Pyro, Cheese 8, Duvio, Blackmore, Darkwing, Mr. Curin. So yeah, 1 letter to say that rather than 2. I don't think there was anyone else over here. I'm going to end up in the attic, so I will just scroll around everywhere else. And I think we're going to meet at least one new character here. Yep, Kalinka. Or maybe not. Concrete Man. Eddie sells some great costumes. I bought this one last week. Fine. Do we have anyone new over here? I don't think we do. I think it may have just been Concrete Man there. Did we see you before? I can't remember whether I saw Stone Man before. I can't remember. Yes, we did. We did. We would have had to because I would have had to go back to the. Oh, well, Stone Man got two cameos there. Yes, I would have had to go back to tier 5 to read the judges' comments. So yeah. Anyway, I think that's pretty much the only new character. So yeah, let's head into the attic. Or just check whether there are any new masters here. Wingman, I'm not sure whether you... Yes, you were here before. Yeah, I don't think there's anyone new there either. So yeah, there's a little bit of post game to this post game to this game. Yeah, wow. Yeah, my commentary's just stellar here. But yeah, that's a bit kind of hit and miss in terms of whether or not I'm actually going to succeed on it. It's quite difficult. For the most part, it's okay. Or the one I'm going to do, the first bit of the post game I'm going to do. For the most bit, it's okay. But there are just a couple of bits to it that feel a little bit potluck to me in terms of whether I'm actually going to pull them off. So rather than actually kind of do it live, waste your time with that, and actually have to commentate over it live, given how long it could actually take, I'm going to record it. I'm going to record it and then I'll post commentate over that, and then we'll probably do another kind of like thoughts of the game off that as well. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed the main game, and yeah, stay tuned or keep watching for the post game content. Okay, so the first of the post game content offer is the arena. Test your skill against a rush of every boss. No E-tanks, weapon tanks, exiting or charge upgrades allowed. So yeah, basically a glorified boss rush. I'm probably not going to talk over literally everything because we've seen a lot of these bosses before. But yeah, I'll go through some of the weaknesses and some of the strategies that I have. So yeah, we've got to get through 20 bosses, yeah, with no E-tanks, weapon tanks or anything. So yeah, the name of the game for me is Weapon Conservation and Picking My Moments, not to slide through it, Masters. You know, in order to conserve energy, but also use weapons where I think they're necessary. And for Vault Man, I'm getting out Gemini Laser there. That's his weakness, and yeah, I think it's worth it from the point of view that I did a terrible job during the Tier 1 video, part 1 of this Let's Play, and yeah, there's one move there where he walks back and forwards, which always gives me a lot of problems. So I figure Gemini Laser actually takes him out rather nicely, particularly since I haven't got the charged Mega Buster shot anymore to do extra damage. So yeah, I think that's the way to go. And here we are with the Dagger Man, which was the Tier 2 boss, and Magic Card is his weakness. So yeah, pull that out. Hopefully, yeah. And I think the name of the game as well is to avoid taking as much damage as possible. So you can see here we've got little energy pickups to replenish weapon energy, and that's going to be again crucial from the conservation of weapon, but also the health as well. So small pickups. So yeah, you need to get quite good at dodging attacks. Anyway, third up we've got Yoku Man, who was a Tier 3 boss, and he is weak, chronically weak it seems, to Pharaoh shots, and yeah, charged up Pharaoh shots in particular. So yeah, Yoku Man goes down really easily. And again, at any point in time, I'm still at full health there anyway, so I would have been fine with energy pickups. But yeah, any point where I can conserve my energy, that's going to be crucial. Fourth up, we have Justice Man, who was the Tier 4 boss, and he's weak to Metal Blade, and he usually gives me a bit of trouble. I hate the bouncing projectile stuff. I hate his attack where he sort of hovers in midair for a little while and then sort of shoots a wave of bullets. That I always find that really difficult to dodge, but yeah, he's not so bad. But anyway, those were our Tier 1 to 4 bosses. So, and there wasn't a Tier 5 boss. So, yeah, next up we've got the Wily Archives, which was from the 5th winning entry, and this I consider to be the breather after those first four kind of Rogue Masters, so Jolt Man, Dagger Man, Yoku Man, and one we've just seen, Justice Man. So we've got here the Yellow Devil from Mega Man 1, the Mecha Dragon from Mega Man 2, and the Turtle Generator enemy thing from Mega Man 3. And I just take these out with the Buster. I wasn't really too fussed to work out sort of weapon weaknesses for these three. They are pretty simple. This fight is pretty simple. I'm disappointed if I take damage. As we did, I only took one hit during the during the Let's Play in part 4. But yeah, they're all reasonably easy to patterns to discern. So yeah, I figure again from a weapon conservation point of view, the best thing to do actually is just take it out with the Mega Buster. I'm pretty confident of that fight that I'm going to do it without taking too much damage. One hit maybe at most, but yeah, as you saw there, I didn't actually take any damage. And again, taking the opportunity to replenish weapon energy and indeed the health, because I wasn't quite full based on my terrible, or reasonably terrible fight with Justice Man. Next up after Wily Archives 1, surprise surprise, is Wily Archives 2. So now we've got the Fortress bosses from Mega Man 4, 5 and 6, the Cossack Capture from Mega Man 4, Darkman Robots from Mega Man 5, and Mechasaurus from Mega Man 6. Again, pretty easy one. They all have pretty simple patterns, and so again, rather than muck around with using unnecessary weapon energy, I figure again, whip out the Mega Buster, and we'll just take them out normally. I do really find the Cossack Capture slightly irritating in the sense that whenever I move here, and it goes back to sort of right-left dominance of the keyboard again, I have a hell of a time shooting the Mega Buster and jumping quickly and aiming left. Every single time I do it, I'm fine with right. Right's fine every time, but every time it's left, it doesn't register and it ends up shooting right. It looks ridiculous, looks absolutely stupid. But yeah, well, I figure that's a keyboard thing rather than anything else. And now we come, frankly, to what I consider one of the, if not the toughest fight in this arena. The Wily Archives 3, which is the Mega Man 8, if you will, Wily capsule, or the Mega Man 6 sprite. This thing is a pain in the neck sometimes. I got lucky during this fight. In fact, I got lucky during this run. My life counter was there at still at 9, or 10, with a 9 showing. So I actually did this on my first go. Go figure. So I could have perhaps done this live without post commentary, because I felt like I wanted to do post commentary because I didn't feel like I wanted to spend ages mucking around on this. But yeah, I did it first go. Go figure. But this thing is a pain. If it chooses to just hover up in the sky and where it's out of reach. Oh, Magic Card again is his weakness. Then yeah, he's an enormous pain. And this fight is usually a lot closer than this. I had a really good solid fight there. I know I took some damage, and that's what was to be expected anyway. But immediately after Wily Archives 3, so that boss, you then get another set of breather bosses, or indeed mid bosses. So now we have the Moon. from the third place third place entry, Neon Gravity. So yeah, but basically again for this one, conserving my energy. The Mega Buster does a fine job. He doesn't have a lot of health really anyway, so yeah, stick to one side. While the moon is moving from side to side, shoot the Mega Buster. The gravity will take care of your shots, propel it up into the moon. And yeah, all of his fire wave attacks are pretty simple to dodge. So yeah, nice breather boss coming after the, and it doesn't perhaps show quite so much because I'm already at 4 now. But yeah, if I take even if I take lots of damage from the Wily Archives 3. Then I'm reasonably confident I can make it up, because there are, yeah, still a few bosses that I'd be disappointed I took damage on. But yeah, right now I'm in a really healthy position. I think I only collected like one of the weapon pickups there as well, which tells me that my weapon energy is full as well, and my health, and going into this fight, I'm in a very good state. So yeah, coming up after the moon was the other boss fight. We're going to fight from Neon Gravity, the third place winning entry, and that was yes, this Gravity Man fight. So yeah, walk to a corner. When the ring appears, shoot a charge Mega Buster shot. It takes out the ring. The gravity takes effect. It hits Gravity Man's little capsule there, and lather, rinse, repeat. Another one, you probably could use something like Metal Blade or Magic Card, something that aims upwards in order to take this out. And at this point in time, I'm probably fine to use that. The weapon conservation is probably not so crucial now. It's probably not so crucial even at the beginning, frankly, because I'm not using Robot Master weapons all over the place. But where possible, where it's an easy fight, I'll still perhaps just use the Mega Buster. It just seems to be. It plays it on the safe side, but yeah, it's a fairly good strategy. Now we have the mid-boss from Mega Man World, the second place entry, and this one, well, it went terrible on the Let's Play, but it seems to be a bit different here in the sense that they never actually seem to shoot, funnily enough, like really low down now where they could actually hit me. So yes, if I'm jumping, I can still jump into them, but they never seem to shoot so low that I have to slide under them and take evasive action. So as long as I'm careful, or I don't go too gung-ho, I see a fireball coming, relatively low at my height, stop jumping, just take a moment, let it pass overhead. It does go on for a little bit longer, I must admit. Once you start taking out one or two, they start moving really fast. I mean, I know they do that in the regular level anyway, but yeah, this seems to have just so much more health for some reason. I don't know why. Or it just certainly feels like that. Maybe again it's because the Mega Buster isn't actually as powerful with the charge shots as it was before, but I'm not even using charge shots at this point in time, so it's still quite slow to actually hit the gargoyle thing. But yeah, for whatever reason, this feels like it just drags out a lot longer than it does in the actual level. So yeah, I think it's got more health, or whether it's just ultimately a fact that the Mega Buster is weaker. But yeah, it seems to take longer for some reason. And I didn't bother collecting the bolt at the end there. Oh, in case you were still wondering about breather bosses, yes, there are still breather bosses in here. So we've got a Birdo, which of course was the end boss of Mega Man World, which is just laughably easy and is the perfect opportunity to replenish your health. No Robot Master weapons needed for that one. Or indeed for Glassman. I'm pretty confident on this one that if I'm going to take damage, it's only going to be maybe at the most twice, once each time where he goes into the bubble. So of course Glassman from the Glassman level, the winning entry in the contest. But yeah, he only will really do this attack twice. But I actually think I did quite a good job of dodging this time around, or at least better than I did during my level play itself. But yeah, if you can avoid, even if I got hit by that and I took like 2 whacks, I still feel like that's a pretty good job, and I still have enough energy. I have enough breather bosses coming up afterwards still, to get fully replenish my health and be fine. But yeah, the fight actually went really well, and I managed to dodge it completely. So yay. So now we're into the Fortress bosses. So this is the Mega Man 3. Boss entry from the first Wily Fortress stage, and yeah, well, look, Magnet Man, Hard Man, would you flipping believe it? It's just unbelievable again. But anyway, his weakness is the Thunder Wall. It does basically. It's almost impossible for you to not really damage him with the Thunder Wall as well, because he flies around absolutely manically all over the screen. So yeah, it's almost impossible not not to hit the boss with Thunderball there. Yeah, he flies around absolutely manic. He follows you to a certain degree, but yeah, Thunderball's just actually really, really good in this game. And yeah, provided you just don't shoot it like right in the corner, maybe, chances are he's going to run into it all the freaking time, and it does massive damage as well. Anyway, next up we've got the Change Key Master, which was the boss, the sort of fireball boss from the second Wily 40 stage. And yeah, he's pretty simple. I think I did take a couple of hits here, or at least just the one there. I don't know if I got it again from memory, but yeah, again, a couple of hits every now and then is not too bad. Provided you're not taking massive damage, then the small health pickups will be enough. And again, I figure this was a reasonably easy one. In fact, I didn't actually get hit during my Let's Play version. I did in this fight, I think just the once. But yeah, again, Mega Buster, it does an absolutely fine job. I didn't feel the need here to mess around with Roadmaster weapons. So obviously some Thunderwall to refill. So yeah, anytime you can to refill your energy or refill your weapons, then obviously do so. But yeah, next up is the Shadow Morpher, which was the quote-unquote boss, the avoidance from the third Wily 40 stage. And yeah, not such a good job this time. Again, much a better job on my on the actual level itself, but a bit bad here. I got sort of unfortunately into a sort of a situation where I think I had a Sniper Joe sort of corner me at one point in time, and yeah, it all went to kind of pop there. It seems to be okay when you can keep the thing like in a corner and you're far away from it. However, when things start to go wrong, this is one of those examples where things can start shading hits, or things can go very, very quickly wrong. So yeah, wasn't a fantastic job on this one, but oh well, it's still good enough. I did actually better than I thought I did. No, Sniper Joe in the corner. Yeah, now it all went funny. Now it all screwed up. But yeah, I was a bit disappointed with that, admittedly, because I was with refilling I wasn't even quite back to full. So yeah, I was a bit disappointed how the ending of that went. But oh well. Anyway, fourth up we have the Birdo boss again from the fourth Wily 40 stage, and I figure, well, Metal Blade's probably just a slightly easier way of doing this than Charge Mega Buster Shot, since I can shoot diagonally upwards. I can also shoot up as well. Just thought it would probably be a better way of taking him out quickly. At this point in time, I don't think I'm going to need to use Metal Blade again, so yeah, at this point in time, I'm not too fussed about conserving a Metal Blade. But yeah, obviously, of course, given its ability to shoot straight upwards, it does a fine job. And that brings us to the air capsule. We've only got 4 left, by the way, so yeah, we've got 16 down, I think, so it must be. And we have the air capsule. It's a shame we don't have the I Can't Be the Airman music, but I must say I do love this boss rush music that plays in the background. This is yeah, I love this thing. And anyway, the air capsule weakness is Sheepman's Thunderball again. Depending on where the air capsule goes, it can do a good job of hitting it. Of course, it depends on where the thing floats. But yeah, again, try not to aim a bit like I did in the corner, unless of course you see that the capsule is headed for a corner, in which case obviously you can absolutely wreck it. But yeah, again, otherwise the middle of the screen, when the capsule's floating around, it's much more likely to actually hit the bugger. And that brings us to Dr. Wily. So all 3 forms. So all 3 forms in one. We don't get a first form as one boss and then a chance to refill and do another one. So yeah, we have to take all 3 out in one life. But it's not too bad when you use weapon weaknesses. In fact, it wasn't too bad of a job during my Let's Play version anyway with the Mega Buster. I only would have just lost. I know I used an energy tank, but I was didn't want to actually get the glitch where if you die in a boss, it sort of messes up your save file or whatever, or messes up the game and you've got crashes or something. But yeah, with weaknesses, he's even easier. So Pharaoh Shot for the first one. I still hate that attack, by the way, which he wanted to spam, because he seems to do it like every bloody time after I've like jumped up to hit him as well. It's like, oh, I'll do that attack now when you're about to be on the floor, just to be really, really annoying. But anyway, yeah, phase 1 is no problem whatsoever. Second form, Gemini Laser is his weakness. He's a bit more threatening here. I still hate Magic Card. Being over to the left-hand side, as you can see, there is a way to dodge that. Pharaoh Shot, when he sort of aims at you from the ceiling, can be a little bit awkward to avoid, but if you've got enough room to slide out of the way, then he's usually fine. And then third form, his weakness is again the use of the Thunderwall again, Wily's weakness. And yeah, just sort of spam the thing in the middle of the screen. He's so manic, he flies around all over the place that yeah, again, it's almost impossible for the thing not to actually hit him. Of course, sometimes it won't actually do it. Like there, I managed to pull off a wonderful move there where it looked like it was going to go straight at him, but still managed to somehow miss. Oh well. And at this point in time, actually, didn't bother messing around with the weapon energy because we've got the zero fight from the very end, which is just a Mega Buster thing. Again, if I take any damage to this thing, I'm going to be absolutely gutted. So at this point in time, I'm feeling like I've got past the worst of it. I've got 2 fights left. This one is just laughably easy. And in theory, the last one is not so bad either. Although, oh boy, oh boy, do I come in close. But we'll see that in a minute. But yeah, I mean, this one's a sort of... I mean, it's boring a little bit to watch. I must admit, it's a kind of a disappointing, if you will. It's a sort of a troll thing, obviously. You think it's going to be maybe Zero teleporting in Wily's strongest creation and such like that. But for the end of the game, actually, the main problem, it's a pretty sort of lackluster kind of end fight. I mean, the troll is probably the thing to sort of hang your hat on really, rather than the boss fight itself. Yeah, as a final boss fight to the main game, it's a little bit disappointing. But oh well, I'm going to say all he literally does is move from side to side, shooting slow planet shots. He's no trouble whatsoever. But yeah, last up we have a mystery boss. I'm at full health, feeling confident. Let's see what we've got. And of course, this boss is only in the arena. This was not part of the main game. So yeah, arena only boss. And we've got a sort of Uber Zero, if you will, or Zero 2.0, or however you want to think about it. And he's got 2 health bars. Actually, I wasn't quite full, I lied there. But yeah, first form, not so bad. He basically dances around the screen on the bottom there, shooting various attacks. He's got one potentially very nasty one where he destroys the floor there, so you've got to watch out for that one. If there was a one-hit KO or I fell into the pit on the last boss of an arena where I've taken out 19 other bosses and this is the 20th one, I'm going to be quite annoyed by that. But yeah, he's got as I say, a variety of attacks, but he's basically just spends a lot of his time. And shoots out other enemies, by the way, that you can actually hit and pick up energy, potentially energy pickups or weapon pickups or something as well. And when you destroy the first form, you get a bit more. He's sort of a bit more frantic, sort of flying around. He changed up his attacks and he maybe hurts a bit more this time around. He also drops, which is really nice of him, by the way, that energy pickup from Mega Man 1, which refills all health and all weapon energy, which I was saving for sort of in a pinch. He doesn't actually sort of go away; it sort of stays on screen. But yeah, at this point in time, I was starting to get very nervous, and well, believe me, I'm starting to absolutely lose my nerve at this point in time. I am absolutely terrified that I'm going to lose this fight, because at this point in time he's actually close to winning, and I think in the next time I take a hit, he's actually winning. So this is a dreadful fight. The one terrible one he does is the one with the barriers, which can actually glitch him out of the screen. You might here again. If he gets stuck there and gets pushed off screen to the right, then that is there's a sort of a soft lock and you can't do anything about it. At this point in time, I'm just like, oh my god, just hit him for the final time, for goodness sake. Good grief. An absolutely appalling final fight there. But anyway, it's done. Yeah, I almost needed 2 full health bars to beat him. That was an absolutely shocking show. But anyway, yeah, I get this little, don't know what quite that is. Looks like some sort of a scarf, potentially. Icon there in the bottom right-hand corner. And yeah, that signifies that we've beaten the arena. Close run thing, and I did do it first go. And oh man, for the most part, it went really well, other than the final boss. Good grief, that was terrible. And the last remaining thing in the game, you can see I didn't do this first go. Oh dear me, took me down to my last life, is a Bright Man fight. Whoa, Mega Man, you found my secret clubhouse. How did you even find out about this place? I have no idea. I just walked through that wall and now I'm here. Since you're here, how about a friendly duel? I won't go easy on you though. And holy crap, no you won't. Now, I could have done this so much easier by using E-Tanks, but frankly, I thought that was a bit cheap, and I wanted to do this without using E-Tanks. So yeah, hence my number of times I reset. So yeah, first phase, he's got a whole bunch of moves. If you see that where he's charging up, where he's got like just a solid light on his bulb, for goodness sake, hit him. If you don't, he launches an absolute barrage of projectiles and almost impossible to dodge. He likes to jump around manically. He also, when you see him sort of charge up as well, if you hit him during that phase, then your shot will reflect back off him. You can still damage him, but yeah, just be prepared to jump to get out of the way of his final shot. Once you take out his first health bar, then he changes tactics, so he now shoots these sort of sparks to the ceiling, which drop down. He also shoots these thunder sort of sparks that split apart, go along the floor and the walls as well, so just watch out for those. Yeah, did I say he likes to jump around manically? This is an incredibly hectic fight, and to say, do it all in one, with an all-in-one health bar is incredibly difficult. It looks like I'm doing really well now, but yeah, there's a surprise to come in just a moment. And you'll notice here that I'm not getting what looks like the final hit on him. I'm waiting for him to get to the corner, because I want to hit him there, but I'm not in the corner because he's now got another 2 bloody health bars. So now he starts manically sending out weapons from Robot Masters past, so Ice Slasher, Hard Knuckle, Charge Shot, the Noise Crush. I hate the Noise Crush, by the way, in this fight, from Shade Man. I don't know what that is. Possibly Napalm, some sort of Napalm Bomb, I'm not too sure. He also does that kind of like a solar attack. It's not Solar Man's attack, but that is really freaking hard to avoid, where he sort of sends it hurtling at you at breakneck speed. Trying to jump over that is incredibly difficult. He also sends out that boulder as well. And he doesn't kind of quit this phase either during the after you get him down like his 3rd health bar. He remains in this phase for a little bit longer. But yeah, he spawns these various attacks completely at random. You never know what one's coming. Some of them are really easy. Say Ice Slash and Ride, you're not cornered. And I think that's the watchword of the day as well. Trying to never get cornered by this guy. And then when you get him down to about 2/3 of his final health, and it is his final one, so he's got 4 health bars. Yeah, he starts just jumping around manically from side to side, and then when he hits the floor, we get these sort of spark shots that come off, or spark things or whatever. But yeah, anyway, enough perseverance, and you'll take him down. Whew! What a hectic fight! Wow, that was riveting. What a great battle, Mega Man. And with that, I'm off. Feel free to brag to everyone that you beat me. And we get a little Bright Man icon in the bottom left corner to signify that we beat Bright Man. Yeah, I mean, I guess I say that fight. I could have done that first go fact if I just use E-Tanks. I know you can't use E-Tanks in the arena, but you can do in the Bright Man fight. So yeah, if you're obviously after not quite so much of a challenge and you don't want to take him on just with the 1 health bar, then yeah, use all the energy tanks, the weapons you want to use on him. Then as you like. I felt like it would be quite a nice finale just to sort of take him on. Mega Buster only, and to do it without needing an E-Tank. But it is an incredibly difficult fight. It gets very hectic. He's obviously got, as you see there, 4 different phases, 4 health bars, yeah, you're going to be messing around quite a bit on that first off. Obviously, unless you just use E-Tanks and just kind of power through. But yeah, getting the hang of all his attacks is incredibly difficult. I do probably tend to find his 3rd form and probably his 2nd one as well the most difficult. I also really don't like his very first initial attack where he just sends out those tiny little pellet shots, but that very first volley where you have to jump through is such a tight gap you have to get through, and I always invariably seem to take a hit there. It seems like a really cheap way to start the fight, but I suppose it goes quite well with Bright Man's cheapness in Mega Man 4 with his flash stop time stop and move, where he just freezes time and you can't do anything else. You can't do anything about it. But yeah, anyway, I think that's a really nice kind of fight to end the game on. And yeah, I think that's probably about all I was going to say. Just to wrap up the game as a whole, like I said, it's been wonderful to manage to find this version now, so I can get to play the Wily Fortress stages and the arena and the Bright Man fight. It's a nice little kind of wrap up to the game. Yeah, I think this is a really ambitious project, but a really well done one. As I said before, you are going to get some levels that are not so good or pretty ropey, pretty rubbish, but toward the top end, you do start to get some really good levels and some absolute gems of levels. So yeah, overall, I think it's worth struggling through the bad times in order to get to the highs of the good times. So yeah, really ambitious projects, really fun, and I'm so glad that it's sort of become a thing. And yeah, there was obviously enough interest in it, and it garnered enough interest to get a sequel, make a good Mega Man level contest number 2, which I will be doing very shortly. And indeed, as I speak, as I finish this Let's Play, make a good Mega Man level contest number 3 is currently in development. So looking forward to that when it eventually drops. But yeah, I'll leave it there. This video has gone on for quite so long. Not quite as long as part 3. I've kept up my promise of part 3, with tier 3 being the longest video. But yeah, we're approaching something like 55 minutes, I think. So yeah, I'll leave it there. This has been a pretty fun ride for the most part. And yeah, hope to see you very shortly for Make a Good Mega Man Level Contest 2, as well as I Want to Be the Ocean Princess and Pokemon Ash Grey. But until then, cheerio.